Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me, Mr. McPeon. Who the hell do you think you are? Zionism is the plague of this goddamn earth, and it's little shady fuckers like you to give religion a bad name. It's Zionism itself that are the anti-Semites. You're no locals. You're over there. The Palestinian people are the locals. If anything, they're the Semites. Who's killing them? You. That makes you the anti-Semite. You're from Europe. You're not from that region of the world. What are you afraid of? Free speech? You talk trash about CNN being all left-wing and shit? Liberal media? Hello, Mr. Wolf Blitzer. Give me a goddamn break. Mainstream media doesn't call it straight when it pertains to Israel. Them illegal settlements you got in Palestinian land on CNN are referred to as quaint little neighborhoods. So don't give me this shit about you not controlling the media. What are you doing? Tapping yourself on the back for squashing free speech as you bitch about free speech? What a fucking joke. You sound like a redneck trying to go after the Dixie Chicks. And as far as Frank talking about Zionism wanting to rule the world and doing a lot of killing on the attempt to do so, well, he's 100% correct. Zionism has nothing to do with a religion. It's a political movement with the goal of world domination through superior firepower. You want to kill all the Palestinian people and claim all that land. That is the goal. That's what you're all about. You give Jews, Christians, and humanity itself a bad name. What do you think? You put that little beanie on and you actually represent a Jew? No, you take somebody Jewish, homeless from Russia, pull him over to Israel, stake him out on Palestinian land, and then when he's shot at or somebody, objects to that or tries to get him off their land, you attack. You steal even more dirt, and then you blame it on them for you having to defend yourself. The entire world is starting to get your number, especially after the shady shit you all pulled in Lebanon. Oh, and I heard you mention Ron Paul. Go ahead, go after Ron Paul. I hope you go after him real hard, because there's a whole lot of Christians in this country that love the fuck out of Ron Paul. So do me the favor, keep attacking him. It's getting sick and tired of warmongering little motherfuckers in beanies claiming religious moral high ground as you go kill something. Israel in reality is nothing more than an arms dealer staked out in the Middle East, our little pit bull, in the middle of that region, destabilizing everybody around you so we can punk resources from other countries. That's what you are for the money side of the equation. How do you get this done? You do what you've always have done. You utilize religion as a tool. Zionist Christians? Give me a break. They're head cases. A Zionist Christian is in search of Armageddon. The only people that are preaching to those are preachers out for a buck. The Jerry Springers are, Jerry Springer would be close to what you all represent, his audience anyway, but the Jerry Falwells of the world, God rest his miserable little soul, those are the type that supported you. They were in it for the money. That wasn't religion. That's what gets me with this country pertaining to its support for Israel. When Israel is the thorn in America's ass. Now don't get me wrong, you're there. Two-state solution would be plausible, but you have no intentions to allow a two-state solution to ever happen. Matter of fact, Bush's little photo op talking peace from the White House lawn or wherever the hell he did it, 2 days later Israel goes back to expansion and starting to cause shit in the Gaza Strip. If anybody is acting Nazi-like, since you love to throw that fucking word around so much, who's the one acting a little Nazi-like now? How many Palestinians and Arabs and any other neighbor of yours do you have in your prisons right now in Israel? And why isn't anybody asking that question? I'm looking at this as an American, as my tax money's going to support your ass in Israel. The religious side of the equation has no concern of mine one iota. I'm native, so to speak. I can more relate to the Palestinian people than I can relate to you. Because you're a propagandist. You're bragging about squashing free speech and taking somebody off YouTube. You're a coward. Zionism and in the media is a huge problem. Anybody that actually pays attention to politics realizes that. It's people like you that give Jews a bad name. If, like I said before, if there's anybody that is an anti-Semite, you're an anti-Semite. The worst of them all. As far as the Holocaust, you know what gets me about the Holocaust? Why are you so afraid of people looking into it? I'm not saying that shit wasn't done shady to the Jews during World War II. Don't get me wrong, and you're not going to be able to twist it that way. But it seems to me when it's a crime to bring up the Holocaust, you're hiding something. And if you're hiding something, exactly what are you hiding? I think you're a Zionist pretending to be a religious Jew that's doing nothing more than marketing the dead as if it was a Nike tennis shoe to get world support for you to go on a murderous rant to steal land from the Palestinian people. Because that's what you're doing. As far as Israel being moral or holy, give me a break. You're an arms dealer. It's what you do for a living. When the shady side of America wants to make an arms deal, and we're going to sell weapons to somebody that we're literally fighting against at that moment, we filter them through Israel. You're our middleman for the corrupt CIA side of the equation. The dark side of the good old USA. The side that will go to illegal wars in South America for cocaine. Contra affair comes to mind. Or the heroin flow out of Afghanistan being the strongest it's ever been right now. Where's all that drug money under the table going? Israel? How deep in your pockets do you get this shit? There's nothing more about a Zionist than your days are numbered. And don't worry, nobody's out to kill you. Your own reputation will do that for yourself. That's one thing about the internet. Information can flow freely. You can't spin and twist like you used to in the past. But as far as anybody being an anti-Semite, that's you. As far as anybody being shady, that's Zionism and the neocons. You have took Christian Americans and played them for fools. Because a lot of good Christians in the United States, the good old boy goat roper side of the equation, so to speak, country and western crowd, if you will, they've been hoodwinked. They're good people, salt of the earth. Most of them blue-collar workers. Most of them's actually got gardens and live off the land. Something a lot of liberals could learn a little bit about when it comes to becoming a little self-sufficient and more in tune with nature if you really want to go on a green movement. If you want to go green, you can learn some lessons from these good old boys. They've been living simple pretty much all their lives. They're good people that's being played by big money, using the Bible to do so. Let's face it, we've come a long way. We've come from the Roman Colosseum to NASCAR and cage fighting. Still money, throwing money to the church to feed bullshit to the general population to get them to do something they wouldn't normally do. There's nothing humane about Zionism or the Zionist lying motherfuckers that took this country to war. And I can tell you one thing. My support for Israel is getting to the point is, I look at it this way. If you claim to be God's chosen people, you shouldn't need my money. Let God support your ass. We should cut you off. Hell, in reality, your country right there, little Israel, should have the IAEA stomping through it, doing weapons inspections right there. Because in my opinion, Israel is the biggest threat to the United States coming out of the Middle East. You've had spies in my Pentagon, and you have nukes. So needless to say, your nice little witch hunt on one person on the internet doesn't play for shit to me. So little boy, have a nice day.